There seems to be no end in sight for the Clover Strike. Yesterday, striking workers marched through Johannesburg CBD, stripping the company's products off shelves. Workers are demanding the end to retrenchments and want fired workers to be reinstated. Let's discuss the latest now with the president of the General Industries Workers Union of South Africa, GIUSA. That's Mr. Mametlwe Sibei. Mr. Sibei, good afternoon. Thank you very much. What can you tell us about the latest in this labor dispute? As far as we know, the strike is still going on. What's the latest you can share with us?
It is going on, it is intensifying, and if anything, actually is growing in strength and impact. This morning, workers that have continued working in breaking the strike have actually come out in strike at Clayville, in Bulugwane, and a number of other outlets because the company has cut their transport allowance, which they've used to incentivize them from breaking the strike. So this company is now forced to attack even those that it said, were more loyal to our members than our members. So it is growing, and I think in desperation, the company has went to court. Firstly, they filed an application to say we must appear in court tomorrow. This morning, just about a few hours ago, they decided that that case must be sit now at 2 o'clock without, advance notice. So this is the last in their desperate attempts to break the strike, having failed by all other methods.
What are they seeking from the court? What can you tell us, Mr. Sibei? What is the company seeking from the court this afternoon?
Effectively to declare the strike illegal and unprotected, which obviously would have a far-reaching impacts in a country where, our legal system is based on precedents, and meaning therefore that if the court, can grant this order, it will have a far-reaching implication on the right to protest and engage in protected strike. Something that obviously we condemn, something that will vigorously oppose as we do now in court. And of course, we are going to continue to escalate because in any event, I don't think this will be a judgment that will be executable because there is no way that our members are going to agree to factory closure. There's no way that we are going to tell, heads of families, breadwinners, that they must join a 12.5 million queue of the unemployed in this country, in a country where there is no social security, and therefore it means life of poverty and hunger. So we are going to fight. We are going to fight up until such time that government intervene on the terms that we have said is the only viable solution to this crisis.
Before we discuss and remind our viewers about what your demands are and the terms that you are suggesting will be a solution, just to clarify, the employer is in court as we speak. Is your union or other unions that have got members working for Clover represented legally in court this afternoon, inside court?
Yes, ourselves, as General Industries Workers in South Africa, FAU, Food and Allied Workers Union, we have both instructed lawyers. They are there in court, they are contesting, they are opposing the application. And of course, we are also continuing to roll out our plans to intensify the struggle outside of court and in the streets, in the factory, we're continuing to picket. And of course, we are planning a rally this weekend along with our working class communities. In fact, we are meeting this evening to work out a plan as to how do we further exert the pressure on the company, but also on government. You would remember we met with the minister. The minister has agreed to intervene to ensure that we have an all-around table negotiations of all parties to find solution. Our solution is nationalize Clover, expropriate the factories to ensure that we preserve jobs, and these companies, these factories can continue to operate as a workers' cooperative to defend jobs, but also to preserve a productive capacity in this small rural town with a very fragile economies that will be devastated by these closures.
Have you tabled this proposal to government directly as trade unions for the nationalization of Clover, as you say, to turn it into a workers' cooperative?
We have met with, the presidency, as you know, on Thursday when workers decided to occupy Union Building. We have, subsequent to that, on Sunday, met with the Minister of Trade and Industry and Competition, and we have tabled this. The Minister himself has not excluded any solution. In fact, he is going to be seeking and taking a legal counsel on the matter. We are continuing, of course, to also engage with industrial development cooperation, as well as, of course, with the Competition Commission because we are also alleging that this company is in breach of the terms of the takeover, and therefore it must be forcefully divested. Also because this is a company that is guilty of breaking international law by operating in illegal Jewish settlements on occupied Palestinian territories that have been denounced by countless United Nations resolutions.
Okay, so we're going to have to wait, Mr. Mametlwe Sibe, to hear shortly from the court this afternoon, because one would presume the company Clover has approached the courts this afternoon on an urgent basis to declare your strike illegal. We're going to have to wait and see what is the outcome, and you've told us already you're going to be opposing that inside court. Thank you very much for your time. This hour, President of the General Industries Workers Union of South Africa, that's GEUSA, Mr. Mametlwe Sibe. You heard it here. There's a matter right now in court that the Clover company has on an urgent basis applied to stop the strike, to get the strike by Clover workers declared illegal. The unions, of course, are saying they are opposing that.